Welcome to the program orientation for BA Sociology students and parents. And this is brought to you by the Department of Social Sciences. Just a few reminders before we begin. I enjoin you to take down notes and have this video reviewed and downloaded, as there will be a short quiz about the things that we will tackle, and your response will serve as your attendance in this activity. To welcome us all in this orientation, let us all listen to the chairperson of the Department of Social Sciences, Dr. Violeta B. Alonso.
I take great pleasure in welcoming you all to the Department of Social Sciences Orientation Program. This school year we call the COVID year is extraordinarily challenging and would be very difficult for all of us as we embark on new teaching modalities to reach out to you and deliver our services. There will be no face-to-face interaction until the end of August or until further notice. That is, we will not see each other in person. For us faculty, this means more work and assignments as we have to endeavor to develop and upload instructional materials, learning modules, and the like to deliver our mandate. May I therefore enjoin your cooperation and most importantly, your patience and understanding. To the higher years, the second year and the third year, welcome back. Dear parents, please be our partners. I know for certain that this new normal has been too taxing financially on your part, but we assure you that the cost will outweigh all the benefits. May we please keep praying that this pandemic will soon be over for all of us to be happy again. Good day.
To discuss the curriculum, pertinent policies, and guidelines of the BA Sociology program, please listen carefully to the talk of Randall Owen E. Salvador, the program coordinator for BA Sociology. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Kablaaw tinaragsak abigat tayo amin, especially to our first-year students, shiftees and transferees, as well as to the parents who are joining us today. Welcome po to MMSU and to the Department of Social Sciences. To our second year and third year students, maligayang pagbabalik. Welcome to this program orientation for all sociology students and parents. At this point in your lives, I know that you, together with your parents, still have questions about the course. And my task is to share with you pieces of information that will introduce you to the curriculum and to the policies governing the degree program. So please stay with me as I get my slide presentation flashed in your screens. So let us get to learn about the history of the BA Sociology program. It was approved in 1996 by the Board of Regents. It is the highest governing policy-making body in the university. It was through a resolution numbered 279. The first batch of sociology graduates marched at the famous Sunken Garden in 2003. And since then, there were no changes in the curriculum until 2013. We should take note that this year was very historical since this year marked the largest education reform that the country embarked in. This is the K-12 reform. It was a major curricular development which implicated higher education. In response, CHED, or the Commission on Higher Education, issued a memorandum order number 20, series of 2013, which lays down the general education curriculum for colleges and universities. This is true to both public and private institutions of higher learning. Fast forward to 2017, the Technical Committee for Sociology finally released the policies, standards, and guidelines for the offering of Bachelor of Arts in Sociology through CMO number 40, series of 2017. This document serves as our Bible since we are duty bound to follow its minimum requirements. With CMOs 20 and 40, we needed to revise the curriculum. After having gone rigorous processes, it was approved by CHED Region 1 office in July of 2018. With this, we were awarded with the Certificate of Program Compliance. More of this a little bit later. Last year, the highest tribunal in the land, the Supreme Court, lifted the temporary restraining order, which by consequence allowed CHED to implement the provision in CMO 20, which is the removal of Filipino and literature subjects from the general education curriculum. Contrary to popular misconception, CMO 20 does not eliminate Filipino and literature from college as they can be elective courses. In fact, there are degree programs like BSE Filipino and AB English Language that still offer Filipino and literature subjects. All degree programs in the university revise their respective curricula to include GE elective courses and intensive English. This revision took place early this year, and the regional office of CHED has already acted on the matter. The scanned document in this slide shows the Certificate of Program Compliance or COPC awarded to BA Sociology, which indicates that the BA Sociology program has complied with all the requirements prescribed by the Commission. This is akin to a state permit allowing a business establishment to operate. I am also happy to share with you the accreditation status of the program. AACUP, which is the accrediting agency for state universities and colleges in the Philippines, conferred to us Level 2. Its validity will be in force until the end of 2020, and the next accreditation has been moved to a later time next year. At this point, let us take a look at the curriculum. This course deals with the systematic study of social life, groups, societies, world systems, virtual communities, with a focus on the interplay between the individual and society. It will take you 4 years to complete this degree. You will get intensive training in theorizing and conducting research. The reason behind this emphasis is for you to gain a deeper understanding of social issues and problems so that you will be able to determine what needs to be done to be able to address them. I am sure you are watching this with your parents who are curious as you are in terms of what this course offers you and how it secures employment after graduation. I'd like to share with you the program outcomes. These refer to the ultimate things that you should be able to do after taking all the required subjects in your 4-year stay at MMSU. The first expectation of you is that you should acquire a deep understanding of sociological concepts and theories, and later on, as you conduct your research projects, you ought to apply these concepts and theories. Next, you should demonstrate research skills, and you must be able to conduct research in various contexts. The third outcome refers to analytical skill and using your analysis to address social problems and issues that your communities encounter, or even the social cancers that plague our country. You may do this directly, or you can also share the insights of your research to policymakers, government officials, development workers for their appreciation and possibly eventual response to the issues. We also hope that you will gain confidence in communicating sociological ideas, whether you are speaking with your relatives, your friends, your peers, professors, and even political figures. Just to give you an example, the organization of Filipino sociologists called the Philippine Sociological Society, or PSS, conducts social caravan. The last episode dealt with the sauna of the president. Sociologists also appear in media to explain contemporary events. Lastly, you are expected to exhibit the highest standards of professionalism in the practice of sociology and social sciences in general. Like when you conduct a study, it is important to secure the informed consent of your research participants. You should be able to know by heart the code of ethics observed by sociologists all around the world. As you can see, my dear parents and students, BA Sociology is research intensive, and the ultimate task is to produce new knowledge. And this new knowledge will be used to better understand the fast changing world and to deal with the issues confronting our society. In this slide, I present the summary of courses that you will take. As you can see, in total, you should be able to get 122 credit units. One subject typically carries 3-unit load, except PE subjects that carry only 2 units. If you look at the distribution, GE or General Education comprises almost 30% of your college education, with 36 units out of 122. By the way, this curriculum applies to Level 1 students. Our Level 2 and 3 students have a different curriculum, but the similarities far outweigh the differences. Of special interest for us are the so-called core courses. This group of subjects comprise your major subjects like general sociology, sociological theories, social statistics, quantity and quality research methods, among others. Most of them, most of them are prerequisite courses to other major subjects. Another group of subjects is called course electives. This refers to major fields in sociology like sociology of organizations, demography or understanding population, social psychology, and social stratification. In addition to the core courses, there is an allocation of 6 units for directed research or your undergraduate theses. If we combine these with the subjects from the core courses, you will have 15 units of research training. This is worth emphasizing because it underscores that BA Sociology program is research driven and very intensive when it comes to knowledge production. One final note from this slide that I want to focus on is the group of subjects we call enhancement courses. The Board of Regents allowed us to offer 12 units to further improve our curricular offering. Some of these courses include intensive English, urbanization and sustainability issues, climate justice, peasantry, and food sovereignty. This slide and the ones that follow will show you the subjects you will take each semester. I know that the courses that you are seeing in your screens are familiar to you since you yourselves registered to these subjects during the registration or enrollment process. I'd like to direct your attention to 4 subjects that merit further clarification. One is Social 100 or General Sociology. This is one of the core courses, and this is a prerequisite course to other major subjects. It is important as sociology majors that you do not incur a failing or conditional failing grade in this subject, because if you do, you cannot enroll subjects that require a passing grade in Social 100. Next is Math 01 or Math 1. Passing this subject allows you to enroll in social statistics offered during first year second semester. Another is PE1. You should also incur a passing mark in this subject for you to enroll in PE2. And lastly, NSTP1 must be passed in order to enroll NSTP2. For first year, second semester, I want you to focus on the column prerequisite. What this means is that you cannot take Social 140 without passing Social 100, Social 151 without passing Math 1, and PE2 without incurring a passing mark in PE1. Maybe you are wondering why you need Math 1 and Social Statistics in sociology. One of the skills you will learn as sociologists is to make sense of data by performing a statistical analysis. This is an example of a software that you will eventually learn to use in doing an analysis called t-test. You will learn technical terms such as p-value, measures of central tendency, like mean, median, and mode, among other things. In this slide, 4 courses need prerequisites. You need to pass Social 100 to enroll in Social 141 and Social 132. For social research methods or quantitative methods, you should have taken and passed first social statistics. For PE3, you need PE2. For the second semester of second year, Sociological Theories 2 will only be taken once you have passed Sociological Theories 1. This is because you need the fundamental knowledge of classical sociological theories, especially that of Marx, Weber, and Durkheim, before learning, for instance, neo-Marxism, constructivism, post-structuralism, postmodernism, and post-colonialism. For you to take research methods 2, or qualitative research, you must have passed quantitative research methods. The subject complex organizations also requires that enrollees of the subject must have passed general sociology. As you can see, you will be required to enroll in a basic Spanish course. This is demanded by CMO 40 to offer language electives. These course and free elective subjects, Social 123, 136, and 111, need you to pass Social 100 for you to enroll them. You will also have basic Mandarin for another language course. And SOC Sci 12, or Entrepreneurial Mind, is a GE elective subject. In this slide, I want you to take note of Social 161, which requires 2 prerequisite subjects, complex organizations and sociology of development. The other course, Social 134, 125, and 112, have Social 100 as prerequisite. In your last year in the program, you might observe that the number of units is on a decreasing pattern. This is because the subjects you will enroll in first semester will be heavy, as it involves an independent research project with supervision from your thesis advisor. In your final semester, you will only have 9 units or 3 subjects, but Thesis 2 demands you to present your research outputs and defend your conclusions before a panel composed of sociology professors and other social scientists in the department. You are a full-time student if you have a normal load. What this means is that if you carry the prescribed number of units for that semester, you carry the normal load. For instance, to our first year students, your normal load for first semester is 20 units, and this is prescribed in your curriculum. What if you want to carry more than the normal load? This is only applicable to graduating students in their last semester with the allowable 6 units of overload. One important thing you should also know is retention policy. What do we mean by retention? The root word is retain, which means maintain your slot in the program. What makes you retain in the program? The basis for retention is scholastic performance, reflected through grades. If you pass your subjects, then you will be retained. When the going gets tough, which normally is the case for some students, some fail in their courses. So those students who incur a grade of 4 or 5, even I and C, are undergoing what we call scholastic delinquency. There are 3 categories of academic status considered as delinquent. You have warning, probation, and dismissal. What happens to a student put under warning status? Let me read to you what the slide says, as this is a very specific provision in our policy. If the grade is 4 or below or INC in 25% to 49% of the academic load in a given semester, the student is under warning status. Let us take this as example. Say we are in the first semester of level 1. Your grade in intensive English is 4, and you have not yet removed this conditional failing grade. You also incur a grade of INC in general sociology or social 100, and no completion on your end so far. And your grade in Math 1 is a failing mark, 5.0. Now, let us compute. You have grades lower than 3, which is the retention grade, in 45% to be exact of your load in this semester. So this falls within the parameters of warning status. Following the rule of meting out load reduction, the student's load will be reduced by 3 units for the second semester of level 1. The second type of academic delinquency is probation. This happens when the student has grades of 4 and or below in 50 to 75% of the load for the semester in question. Being under proby status means 6 units of load reduction. Let us look at this example to demonstrate this delinquency. The student took the normal load for the second semester of level 1, which is 20 units. After the semester was over, his grades are shown in the slide. 5 and grades of 4 in 4 subjects carrying 3 units each. If we are to compute the percentage, out of 20 units, the student has non-retention grades in 60% of his academic load for the semester. The parameter is 50 to 75%. So, the student is under probation. He is therefore given a 6-unit reduction for the first semester of level 2. Now, the last delinquency is dismissal. This is a very unfortunate situation because the student has incurred grades of below 3 in more than 75% of the academic load. When this happens, the student is dismissed from the program. Since it says more than 75%, which can be 100%, the student will not be readmitted in any degree program in the university. Let us look at this case as illustration. So we are at level 2, first semester, where the student has 20 units of normal load. However, he has failed 2 subjects and conditionally failed 4 subjects. This is one of the worst case scenarios one can be in. The student was not able to pass 85% of his academic load. This is more than the 75% mark. The student is dismissed and cannot shift to another program because your admission there has conditions, and one of them is that you should not be under dismissal status. One last note on retention policy and scholastic delinquency worth underscoring is the direct consequence on academic scholarship and your bid for Latin honors. It's bad news. Being scholastically delinquent means load reduction. Rules and policies in the university state that academic scholars and honor graduates should have taken all semesters with the normal load prescribed by the curriculum. A violation of this disqualifies a student for academic scholarship and Latin honors. Your degree in sociology has prepared you to a gamut of employment possibilities. This includes, but not limited to, teaching, both in senior high school and in higher education. You can also apply for positions doing research work. I will show you later an example of our graduates who landed a research-related job. You can also find employment in the development sector, like state agencies engaged in development work. You can also work for NGOs, corporate foundations, LGUs, even civil society organizations. Related to this is the social services and welfare sector. TSWD, social programs of religious organizations, even private firms are also engaged in this sector. And they need your working knowledge on how communities are organized and how people react and get to take part in various interventions. As sociologists, you have a rich insight about the vast potentials of human resource. You can be human resource development officers who are very familiar with the importance of continuous learning among workers in organizations. You can also do consultancies. I will have an exhibit on this later through our alumnus engaged in this kind of work. You can also go to public service, broadly conceived in this particular sense. You can go for a career position in public service, or you can get elected or appointed. I also have an exhibit for this later. You can also go to communication and marketing jobs, given your knowledge of the social processes and the reaction of people towards messages and information. And if you are planning to be professors and researchers, your undergraduate degree in sociology also prepares you to more advanced training and education in the field and in related fields, like taking your master's or PhD. During the pre admissions, many of you told me that you have chosen sociology as your pre law course. Good decision, I would say, because knowledge of the law requires knowledge of organizations, systems, and even human behavior. You can also go to medicine, though this is a rare track for sociology graduates, but colleges of medicine in the country no longer screen applicants based on BA or BS as long as you pass the admission test for medicine plus other admission requirements. Then there should be no problem in your admission. If you also want to teach in basic education, your preparation has equipped you to hurdle licensure exams like the ones taken by professional teachers. You can also get certified or licensed as environmental planners. Many parents and maybe some of you might be wondering bakit parang walang easily identifiable na trabaho for sociology unlike for example nursing na alam mo agad yung trabaho na more likely pupuntahan no after graduation or let's say something like engineering no my clear na career path. What I would say is that this is the strength of sociology because it does not box you to a single profession. You can penetrate multiple sectors given your training in the discipline. In the next slide, I will share with you data I gathered out of curiosity. I was just reading the Index of Occupations produced by the Department of Budget and Management, or DBM. I was actually on the search for social scientist positions in government service. Of course, we know that there are psychologists, economists, and the like. To my surprise, I saw the positions sociologist 1 and 2. And I was wondering where in the state bureaucracy are these sociologists working for? And here are the different agencies. You have the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. You have Department of Justice, Department of Public Works and Highways, Bureau of Jail Management and Penology or BJMP, and you also have the Dangerous Drugs Board. What this means is that sociologists are being sought after not only in the academe as professors, but also as practicing sociologists dealing with the environment, provision of justice, jail work, drug abuse, and so on and so forth. So, I was talking about exhibits a while back. Now, let us get to see where our graduates are, the roles they play, the institutions they belong to, and the location of their workplaces. The next slide will show you our alumni in various sectors. I'd like you to meet Miss Joyce Raliohai, who teaches sociology at MMSU Cassette. This is our satellite campus located in Curimao. During her time as a sociology student, she was part of the Philippine team who competed in the SIFE World Cup in Paris, France, and they won as semi-finalists in the said international competition. So from teaching, we go to research. We have here Lord Hendrich Castle, a research staff for the National Greening Project, spearheaded by MMSU through its National Bioenergy Research and Innovation Center, or NBERIC. Another researcher in a different field is a member of batch 2013 who pursued law after graduation from BA Sociology and who is now a Juris Doctor doing legal research for the highest tribunal in the country, the Court of Last Resort, the Supreme Court of the Philippines. Please meet Juris Doctor Benjamin Torres III. We have another Juris Doctor who is into law practice since last year after he has successfully hurdled the 2019 bar examination, and he is now a notary public and a partner in the Bumanglag Labrador Pedro Taruk Law Office located in Lawag City. We have attorney Albert Jericho Taruk. Let us move to the field of development work, and I take pride in this former student of mine who has recently received an award, as you can see in the slide. Mr. Mark John Leligsay works for DSWD Field Office 1 as Project Development Officer. From the field office, we go to a national agency, one of those commissions under the Office of the President. I am referring to the National Youth Commission, and we have a graduate who works there as a development officer, and he is Mr. Brent Win Guillermo. I was also talking about consultancy a while back, and we have a graduate in this industry working as a supervising associate for Ernst & Young Global Delivery Services, which is an international firm with a satellite office in Taguig in Metro Manila. Our very own from batch 2013, Mr. Joshua Anthony Agustin. Because Ernst & Young is a multinational accounting firm with consultancy services for clients across the globe, Joshua travels every now and then to Australia. I hope you can see his photos he took while on a business trip in Australia. From the land down under, let's go to the other side of the world, in North America, more specifically in Canada, because we have a graduate over there who works in the dental industry as a treatment coordinator in Ontario. She will give you a very quick inspirational message all the way from Turnhill, Ontario, Canada.
Hello everybody, kumusta? I'm Raquel Aguete, and some 20 years ago, I sat on one of those chairs you're sitting on. Yes, I am one of the pioneer students of Bachelor of Arts in Sociology at MMSU, and I'm here today to hopefully inspire you to continue your journey in sociology. Honestly, my profession today, while I work in a dental office as a treatment coordinator and a dental assistant, seems to have little connection to sociology. But when I look back, I realized that having an insight in the social challenges that we all faced helped me grow not only as a person dealing with other people at work, but also towards my community. I realized that learning technical skills was not very hard, and combining it with my education in liberal arts helped me manage human relations and a greater awareness of what I can do to impact my community. Today, our society has so many challenges: divided politics, gender inequality, racism, climate change, economic inequality, and now a pandemic. Understanding how we as a collective humanity act together as one has never been more important. We will need people who are knowledgeable and has wisdom to offer dealing with these problems. And that's where you will come in. Whether or not you decided to do further studies in the future, your foundation in sociology will be your launching pad of whatever career you choose. Agbasa kay nga nalaing. Good luck and thank you so much.
To know more about your student organization called the Philippine League of Sociology Students MMSU Chapter, here is a short introductory video about it. This is prepared by the officers of the organization. Take a look. In 2016, two sociology students were part of the national team that represented the Philippines in the Enactus World Cup in Toronto, Canada. They landed third place in the opening rounds of the competition. Another accomplishment of our students includes academic scholarship. During this semester's enrollment, 24 second-year students qualified as academic scholars, of whom 5 are university scholars, with GWA that is equivalent to 1.45 or higher. 19 students are college scholars, with GWA of 1.75 to 1.46. Their number accounts to 42% of their level population. For our third-year students, 82% of them are academic scholars, wherein 6 are university scholars and 17 are college scholars. Our college scholars will receive 2,000 pesos for this semester, while our university scholars will receive 3,000 pesos each. These achievements speak of the relevance and effectiveness of the program in transforming the lives of our students, in inspiring them to chase for their dreams, and in securing their future. Definitely, you have made the right choice. Please copy any of these shortened URLs for the short quiz. Please submit your response before 12 noon of August 26, 2020. Thank you for joining us today. Take care and may God bless you all.